Print your Mega Savings coupon online to take $10 off when you spend $25 or more. It's Bell's Mega Coupon Spectacular. Friday and Saturday. Great brands, great selection, great value. Bell's.
Upon their arrival at Sandals, John and Susan realized they forgot their wallets. What are they going to do? Absolutely everything. At Sandals, your wallet gets a vacation too, because it's all included, all unlimited, all the time. Sandals, more quality inclusions than any other resorts on the planet. Call 1-800-SANDALS.
Refund the shipping and even pay the return postage. Try NoNo risk-free today.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera.
Oh my God!
Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight. Wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by PetSmart, inspired by pets.
Dear Mojo, thanks for inspiring me to be as good as you think I am.
This holiday season, give thanks to the pets who inspire you. At PetSmart, save up to 20% on select treats. PetSmart.
Omega-3s are one of the essential nutrients to support your heart health. But even with a healthy diet rich in omega-3s, many people don't get enough. That's why I recommend omega-3 supplements to support your heart health.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
Dear Mojo, thanks for inspiring me to be as good as you think I am.
This holiday season, give thanks to the pets who inspire you. At PetSmart, save up to 20% on select treats. PetSmart.
Currently in our area, 56 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunny, high 66. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear, low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, except for a few afternoon clouds, mainly sunny, high 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Minutes after the hour. Good morning. Glad you're with us right here on AMHQ. Talk about a nationwide weather sweep. Let's do it. From right here at Staten Island, we'll go to you, Dallas. Good morning, Dallas, Fort Worth, Denton. We've got our eye on you this morning, all the way up into Wichita Falls. You've been sending us pictures of your fog this morning, so some incredible, beautiful pictures. The pictures yesterday just fogged in of all of that. Now, take a look at Kansas City, because this just came into us from the National Weather Service office right there. Look at that little purple showing up in Topeka. Lawrence, you're a part of this. This is right along I-70, just outside Kansas City. If you're coming in from the west today, this is a little patch of freezing rain. Getting that down on that road surface is going to be trouble. Slow it down there, because this is just a little patch. It's going to continue to move east on its way into Kansas City. Rainfall totals in the northeast this morning. How about these totals? Anywhere from 1.5 inches to 2 inches, 2.5 inches of rain closer to the Boston area in the areas you see the shaded darker green. And that is causing some travel problems again today, but all of the things we've shown, anywhere from the rain and the wind here in the northeast to the fog in the middle of the country to the big storm out west. Let's check in with Anna Redis this morning. Good morning, Anna Redis.
Good morning, Sam. Thankfully, we're not seeing those delays stack up like they did yesterday. Look at the plane go. Here, we're looking at the big map, the big board. JFK and LaGuardia both have delays for low ceiling, so we're already seeing a busy morning, but not unlike yesterday, where we saw nearly 3,000 delayed flights across the country. We're also seeing reports of dense fog in Dallas, so that's going to keep you from getting out of there on time. And Maria, something that's happening that's unusual, it's that we're tracking storms on both the West Coast and the East Coast. San Francisco, they have 24 delays and cancellations so far. Arrival delays at 3 hours at this point.
And you know, it's kind of typical. We see a lot of times San Francisco the first on the board with weather-related delays. That makes it weather.com's #1 worst weather-delayed airport in the country, and this morning is no different. They've got a couple of things going on. I want to show you beautiful view of SFO, San Francisco. This is as real time as you can get. You've got the city lights, the sun's not up. They have low clouds right now. That's part of the problem, but they also have the winds, and right now they're out of the east. It's right over the water here and into the airport, keeping those clouds nice and low. But they're using right now those flights that are coming out of San Francisco using 10 left and 10 right, those runways, and that means they are taking off into the wind, which of course, Mike, is exactly what they want to do. Unfortunately, it's the low cloudiness that is really slowing down the traffic this morning.
Well, and Maria, not the only place that has clouds this morning. In fact, we've got low ceilings and fog in a place like Burlington, Vermont.
Yeah, it's along with the snow. They've got some late freezing drizzle coming down there. It's actually super cooled cloud droplets that are producing.
What's super cooled? For our viewers at home that don't know, super cooled means?
Well, they can remain in the liquid state even at temperatures below freezing. Once you get down to about -10 degrees, then you will change over to an actual snow crystal.
It is a soupy mess for you here in Burlington. No question about that. Just one of the impacts from Damon's that freezing fog that we have, but plenty of snow to go around for everyone, Tom.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you, conditions are getting really rough on that I-81 corridor between Syracuse and Binghamton, and we can look at the radar here. You can see this area right here of heavier snow that is occurring. Snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches an hour now, Mike, so that is really going to slicken up 81. Very rough travel conditions going into Binghamton over the next few hours. That whole area is moving south and westward.
At that rate, it now becomes a little bit more difficult for plows to keep ahead of it, because as soon as they plow, the snow comes right back over the area they just plowed, and you've got to just keep recycling over and over the same spots.
Absolutely. Even in winter-savvy upstate New York, the plows are going to have trouble with this.
All right, so let's show you the bigger picture here because it tells an interesting story. Snow on the backside, we've got rain on the front side, Tom, and it's all about the position of the low and where it goes.
Low sitting right there on the backside of the low. You're going to get the cold air, on the front side, the warm air.
All right, so here's how a depiction of it is through today, and then tomorrow, Tom, comes interior.
It does. It works its way inside. This is an inside runner.
All right, so we're going to run through for you what an inside runner is, and we look at specific locations.
Yes, we do. On the inside track, we go more in this direction here, inside of this benchmark, and on the outside track, of course, we take the outside path. This is going to produce coastal rain with the.
If you're driving and you can't see clearly for 1 second at 60 miles per hour, you can't see clearly for 88 feet. And a lot can happen in 88 feet. That's why Bosch created the new Icon with ClearMax 365. It's a rubber technology for longer lasting performance, not found on any other wiper blade. Because like you, Bosch cares about what's ahead.
You can change your style to express your unique personality. So why can't you do the same with your eye color? We at Alcon believe you can. Introducing new Air Optics Colors prescription contact lenses. Its unique 3-in-1 color technology blends with your own eye color for a naturally beautiful look with comfort all month long. Virtually try on your perfect color and get a free trial offer at airopticscolors.com.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hi, Anthony. How much does my discount double check save me?
About $150.
Done. Insurance, find me money.
I got you $1.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm, there to help you get to a better state.
The clock is ticking, so let's grab the list and go to town. You don't need a lot of this to make someone feel like that, especially if you give them one of these. Holiday to-dos? Let's get them done today at the one place that can help us bring it all home. That's How to Holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Your choice of these compressor combo kits, just $199.
Dad, I know I haven't said this often enough, but thank you.
Thank you, Mom, for protecting my future.
Thank you for being my hero and my dad.
Military families are uniquely thankful for many things. The legacy of USAA Auto Insurance could be one of them. If you're a current or former military member or their family, Get an auto insurance quote and see why 92% of our members plan to stay for life.
I've got one shot. Let's go twins right, 24 stretch.
24 stretch, all diamond. Twins right, 24 stretch. All diamonds on 2 ready.
When the game's on the line,
Hit him with a hard count. See if they'll tip their hand.
the NFL trusts Duracell Quantum to power their game day communication.
They're blitzing up the gut. Get out of the pocket.
Duracell Quantum lasts up to 35% longer than the competition.
Fact. When you take Advil, you get relief right at the site of pain, wherever it is. Advil stops pain right where it starts. Relief doesn't get any better than this. Advil.
This week on the Weather Channel Mornings, Winter Storm Damon moves across the Northeast. We'll show you who will get the worst of it with live coverage from the storm's path. Plus, weather myth versus science, breaking down the new movie Exodus. Don't miss Wake Up with Al and America's Morning Headquarters, the Weather Channel Mornings.
Currently in our area, 56 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunny, high 66. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear, low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, except for a few afternoon clouds, mainly sunny, high 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Look at this! Listen to that!
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel Mornings.
29 minutes after the hour, we're glad you're spending your Wednesday morning with us right here on the Weather Channel on AM HQ, America's Morning Headquarters. Let's get you caught up live from here where the storm's going on into the Northeast. Winter Storm Damon. We've got a cold, gusty wind. The temperature has dropped a few degrees here, and we're now down to 37 right now. The wind chill much colder than that. I can tell you the wind chill's in the low 30s right now. But take a look at the moisture. We have had some spitting rain move through here, and when it does, with that cold northwestern wind, that is a very uncomfortable moment. Then work into Boston area where some rain is pouring off the East Coast, just kind of moving in from the Atlantic into that area. Now, with this low, that moisture gets picked up, pulled around that area of low pressure into the cold air that's behind it. Powell, that's where the snow is, and we've got folks there. We've got Jim Cantore there. We've got Mike Seidel in the areas where the snow is, so we're all lined up for that. Look at the wind. Follow the wind stream straight out of Canada. This is cold wind, and those temperatures are going to drop everywhere you see it coming from that direction all day long today. Then look at it where it swirls around there. See where the wind kind of gets caught in? That's where the actual center of low pressure is. That low is going to drive inland a little bit, and that means we're going to see nothing but more snow during the day today upstate. New York's actually going to even get a little mix. We've had one or two get through there. Jim Cantore, Jim, you've got a busy, snowy day ahead of you, but Tom Nizzle just tweeted out something that I think you'll be glad you're not in the middle of, or maybe you want to be there. I don't know. But 100-mile-per-hour wind on the Sierra Crest in that snow, maybe 2 feet of snow with 100-mile-an-hour wind. That West Coast storm is a blizzard, sir.
That's a Cat 2 hurricane storm. I mean, that's amazing. That's going to be incredible. You know, this morning they were talking about I-80 being closed. I think that's going to be pretty much a given at the height of that storm. The Weather Service offices, by the way, I got to take my hat off to them. They're doing a tremendous job of coordinating the effort out there and really, I think, setting the tone for that message of what really could be a big time and big impact event. Maria talked about the airport already had big problems in San Francisco. So just an awesome job setting the tone from the Weather Service. Check this out, guys. Winds out of the northwest. You can see it howling here in downtown Syracuse. Now, we're a little protected down here. So we're, you know, obviously getting the friction. The buildings are blocking us a little bit. But it's beautiful. You can see how they cleared the streets. Also, you know, notice how the snow, especially early on, we went from rain to snow at about 10 o'clock last night. So it's kind of picked up on this crabapple trees and just kind of flocked all over. It's beautiful. You know, being kind of a tree lover, I'm wondering what type of crabapple that is because of the fact that it's got such small berries on it. If anybody knows, tweet me at Jim Cantore because I love trees and stuff. Let me show you some pictures. This was earlier today on the roads. It's messy out there. 690, Interstate 81. It's probably worse now because it's been snowing ½ inch to an inch an hour. Standing, whether you're behind a plow or were there before the plow got there, it has definitely been a slow go for the rush hour this morning. But this is a hardy bunch out and through here. A lot of kids' Christmas mornings are going to be made because of all the plowing that their dads and moms are going to be doing from this storm. So that's how they operate up here in central New York. So we're happy to bring them the snow. They were 8 inches down anyway. Big snowmobile country up here as well. Let's take a look at the radar. You can see we are really the big game in town here along this New York State Thruway I-81 interchange. Really from Syracuse down to Binghamton, east toward Oneida, back to the west toward Liverpool. Now you can see the snow is heading west to Rochester. Hang in there, Buffalo. You're going to get it. The high-resolution Gibson Ridge, and even though this is green, it's still snow. Look at where it's pocketed. You can see where the heaviest snow is. This really gives us a high-resolution image of where that heaviest snow is right now, and we certainly think it's going to stick around here for a while. So, Sam, we're in this. There will be more of this tonight. I think you add the Adirondacks, you add northern Vermont and New Hampshire that aren't getting much now, but that's why they have winter storm warnings, because there will be another big batch of moisture coming to the north. And maybe by the time we roll into Friday morning, we will get out of this and really just have some spotty light snow around. But I think we got a pretty big night and pretty big early morning for many spots coming up tomorrow as well. Back to you.
Yeah, I agree, Jim. And I had a lot of people saying in Vermont, New Hampshire, this storm took their snow away. Well, it's about to bring it back. Jim Cantore is absolutely right. Now, we have this huge tap on this atmospheric river on the West Coast. The Pineapple Express is lit up and blowing into California. We've got some real rain, real issues. Maria LaRosa is on top of it. Good morning, Maria.
Good morning, Sam. And 'tis the season. You know, this is the time of year that we see that. But it is a huge storm for the West, maybe the biggest in 5 years. And remember, it follows a large system that hit California just last week. That storm caused lots of problems on the roads and at the airports. Of course, any rain is great news. It helps put a pinch, maybe even a dent this time into the state's drought that we've been talking about so much. But a lot of rain in a short period can start mudslides. So we want to bring on the rain, but maybe not so much so quickly. And Mike has his attention on this West Coast storm in the lab this morning. And Mike, we're going to hear a lot about this in the next few days, that Pineapple Express. What does it mean?
Indeed you are, Maria. It's all about an atmospheric river. And we're going to do our best this morning to help explain to you exactly what that is and how it gets the nickname Pineapple Express. So let's show you on the floor exactly what happens in the Pacific Ocean. So we'll go West Coast and show you how this all forms, okay? Where do we go for moisture? Well, let's go toward the equator. How about down toward, say, Hawaii? A lot of moisture available here, and so, of course, we know pineapple's a favorite in Hawaii. So we've got the Pineapple Express atmospheric river as it's known. So what we're basically going to do is take a lot of that tropical moisture and we're going to transport it then eastbound into the West Coast, but there's usually some sort of low lurking there in the North Pacific, and the rotation around that low really funnels and focuses a lot of that moisture in one specific atmospheric river right into the West Coast, including focused rainfall for you, usually in Northern California and Central California. Usually an atmospheric river 250 to 375 miles wide, and get this, believe it or not, atmospheric rivers account for about 50% of the yearly rainfall in California. Small but potent, Maria, when you think just how narrow those bands of rain really are. Up in elevation, it's all snow.
Yeah, and Mike, I hadn't heard that number, that 50%. That's amazing. Well, that system bringing a lot of that much-needed rain to parts of California. That includes San Francisco, and that's where we find our Chris Warren this morning. And Chris, good morning to you. How are things looking? I know that already the delays at the airport are stacking up.
Well, the thing is, Maria, though, that's ahead of the main event. It is still business as usual in San Francisco. There is some dangerous fog in the inland areas. There's a little bit of fog right now where I am. The Golden Gate Bridge behind us, it's still dark here on the West Coast, so we can't see much, just the lights here. But there is some fog around, and the winds scour out the fog. So the storm isn't here yet because the winds will be a big factor. We also here are protected in the bay. We're on the bay side of the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge here. So the waves are still splashing up, but the waves waves on the other side of the Golden Gate Bridge are going to get huge. In fact, the swells up around 15 to 20 feet, and some of the waves crashing down onto the beach could be around 20 feet. This is a tape measure right here. Goes up 10 feet into the tree, about another 4 feet right there. So you figure from the base of the tree down to here, that is about 15 feet. Add another 5 feet, and those are some of the waves that could be crashing down onto shore. Now, talk about just how big of a deal this is. We do have some video in Oregon. That's what's really going to get going. The waves at the coast, it's going to be amazing. And if you are well away from the beaches in Oregon, it's beautiful. But you can't go beach combing. You can't walk along because it is dangerous. And I want to read you right now something else as people are preparing in the greater Bay Area. San Jose, they're sandbagging. From the National Weather Service site here in the Bay Area, there are so many different warnings. It includes that blizzard warning on Interstate 80 over Donner Pass, winter storm warning, high wind warning, storm warning, flash flood watch, gale warning, storm watch, high surf advisory, dense fog advisory for this morning. And that's about a third of the list of warnings, Maria. So we're looking at a very big event here in California.
Just incredible visual there for us, Chris. Thank you so much. We'll check back in with you. Also coming up, we're going to check in with Crystal Egger in Los Angeles. Talk about the snowy side of this and how that can or maybe won't be helping the drought out west.
Currently in our area, 58 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunny, high 66. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear, low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, except for a few afternoon clouds, mainly sunny, high 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Ever since Daryl's wife started using Gain Flings, their laundry smells more amazing than ever.
Honey, isn't that the dog's towel?
Hey, me towel, Sue towel. More scent plus Oxy Boost and Febreze. It's our best gain ever.
Here's a question for you. When electricity is generated with natural gas instead of today's most used source, how much are CO2 emissions reduced? Up to 30%? 45%? 60%? The answer is up to 60% less. And that's a big reason why the U.S. is a world leader in reducing CO2 emissions. Take the energy quiz, round 2. Energy lives here.
Hold for the picture.
At Intel, they have technology that can scan you in 3D. Here's my good side. Here's my other good side.
Can you just stand still?
Intel. This is where it all changes.
Seatbelts, headrests, and airbags help you survive a crash. But if you upgrade your headlights, you may even avoid one. See farther, wider, better. Silver Star Ultra headlights from Sylvania.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
Big news, Anthony. Now you can get special financing on the season's hottest gift, PlayStation 4, when you use your Walmart credit card.
Check this out, M-Sauce. I got 3rd and long. Go, 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 go! Yes, go! Woo!
With next-gen graphics, the gameplay is completely lifelike.
Waterboard! Water me! Water me up, man! Doing good. That's enough. All right. Okay, come on down. Okay, go, 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 go!
Maybe too lifelike.
Touchdown!
And now get special financing when you use your Walmart credit card. More ways to Christmas joy. Walmart.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're covered, Kevin.
Blah, blah, insurance. Person, come help.
Hey, Grandma. 6 callers ahead of us, Jimmy.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. There to help you get to a better state.
It's the time of year for making lists and checking them twice.
This year, we've been at the top of more award lists than any other car company. During the Chevy year-end event, we hope to be put on yours.
Now, during the Chevy year-end event, get the best offer of the year on this 2015 Chevy Malibu.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Breaking wind and average fleece. Breaking wind and Duluth Trading Shoreman's fleece. Duluth Trading Shoreman's fleece. 3 gust-busting layers. 1 beefed-up fleece. Get one. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
42 minutes after the hour right here on AMHQ. And, of course, we're keeping you up on the big storm on the East Coast. But let me tell you about the monster storm that's coming into the West Coast. And, of course, to show you Crystal Egger, our live eyes on the West Coast. Crystal, we're talking about snow, big-time snow for you guys. It's packing it up in the mountains in this system.
Yes, I mean, Sam, this is going to be one for the books. A significant storm coming in. We know how pathetic our snowpack was last year across the Sierra Nevada. We're going to start building that up with this storm. We need all we can get. We call that our frozen reservoir. It will eventually fill up our reservoirs and help with the water supply in spring and summer. So let's talk about the snow side of this storm. Snow is going to be great for the ski resorts, obviously. It's also going to be good for water supply. A live look up at Squaw Valley Resort. So many of these resorts chattering about this storm. You can hear it on Twitter. They're gearing up for all of the inches and feet of snow we're about to see here. Not only Squaw Valley, Heavenly, Mammoth Mountain, all those resorts pumped on this next round. So the snow level is going to start initially at about 7,000 feet. We'll see this dropping as we get into the day tomorrow, eventually down to 5,000 feet. So those pass levels are going to be inundated with snow. There are blizzard warnings which go into effect tomorrow morning because not only the heavy snow but the gusty winds coming in. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these passes are temporarily shut down once we get to the heaviest stuff. That's going to be late Thursday into Friday. So Donner Pass up over the 80, very snowy, obviously, significant rain at lower elevations. So much to cover. Sam, I don't know if you've seen all of the advisories out. It's like, where do you even begin with this storm?
Absolutely, Crystal. When I looked at California this morning when I got up, you have every color on the rainbow all across your state, looking at all those watches and warnings. Crystal Egger, ladies and gentlemen, has a busy several days getting Californians ready for what's about to strike in that area. A lot of wind and rain and snow and the gamut going in through there. So we've been talking a little bit about our Toyota system. My hands are frozen. I can't find the button on this thing. There it is. Wait, let's see. There, I think I got it. But anyway, all the equipment that's inside and on the outside as well, the whole thing is set up for us to give you all the conditions as we're driving on the road. But we've got a real problem with those roads that are going in through the area now. And one of the places that we're going to go right now is outside Syracuse. I-81 is a problem. Our Scott Newell is there. And Scott, one of the things that I've been noticing is that you guys have come down with an awful lot of snow there. There's a jackknife tractor trailer there as well. Scott, fill us in on what you see.
Well, there's a jackknife tractor trailer on 481 eastbound, which has closed that, and it will be closed for the next hour or so. And what you're seeing right now live is another accident here on I-81 southbound. I just have come up on this. It's really slowed the highway to a crawl. You can see that the police have flares out, and it appears that they have shut down this exit ramp here. So that is what is happening. There's obviously some accidents. We have heard of many accidents down south here because the snow is coming down so hard. I don't know if you can really tell that well on the picture you're seeing, but the whiteout conditions here, there's not a lot of wind, but the visibility here not that good, and the road surface, as you can see, has been cleared because it's still kind of warm here. It's about 31 degrees, but not cleared completely. But that's the situation here near Syracuse. Back to you.
Now, Scott, yeah, we can see the flares there in the distance. As you were driving, Scott, describe to me when you drove into that pocket, how long before you were like, wow, I just can't see anything and I need to pull off the side of the road, and you came upon that accident? About how far were you driving before it got that bad?
You know, it was probably only about 3 or 4 miles, and it wasn't the whiteout conditions that really slowed me down. It was the fact that the traffic has been backed up here. It's probably backed up at least a mile. I've gone about that distance before. I was able to call in and get to you. But now I'm seeing, by the way, I'm seeing some tractor trailers. I don't know if you can see that in the distance. I'll try to move the camera over there. But there are tractor trailers stuck on the side of the road on this particular ramp. I can't even tell you which ramp this is because you might be able to see that sign is completely snow-covered.
Yeah, you can't see the signs, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And so we know Jim Cantori's right there in Syracuse. This is one of the areas where we're going to see that cold air pull down these snow belts and snow bands today. We're going to pick up about 12 to 18 inches of snow. And if you're sitting at home and you're thinking that Winter Storm Damon is done, this is evidence, Scott Newell, thank you, along I-81 just outside Syracuse, that this storm is not done. We have a lot of weather to keep you updated on this morning. We'll be right back.
Ah, the bold new Camry. You can get a great deal during Toyotathon. I love the new look. And it's a blast to drive.
Oh, so you've driven it?
Yeah, taking it for a spin.
Toyotathon is on. Get low 1.9% APR financing for 60 months on the bold new 2015 Camry. Offer ends January 5th. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, Toyota's no-cost maintenance plan.
I know a great place for a drive.
Toyota, let's go places.
We're taking outdoor living to the extreme. The Ultimate Sportsman's Lodge. Take these amazing mountain views, add in some wild neighbors, and you have every outdoorsman's dream.
Look at this view.
It's high-tech, handcrafted, and full of surprises and celebrity outdoor enthusiasts. Tom Brokaw, Huey Lewis, and Jim Belushi. Come inside the Ultimate Sportsman's Lodge. New series, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on Great American Country.
Currently in our area, 58 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunny, high 66. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear, low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, except for a few afternoon clouds, mainly sunny. High 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
See this? It shows the pressure points at my tired, achy feet.
I had no clue I was putting this kind of stress on my feet.
I have flat feet. I found this out at the free Dr. Scholl's Foot Mapping Center at Walmart. In less than 2 minutes, I got my foot map and my custom number. I'm a 440.
I'm a 210.
340.
That number matched the Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts with just the right support to help relieve stress on my feet. I'm a believer.
Go to drscholls.com for locations and save $10.
From I wonder what it is to you'll never guess. Everything from LL Bean is backed by the same rock-solid guarantee. So while they keep guessing, you know that we'll take it back or replace it. LL Bean, guaranteed to please.
You get used to pet odors in your car. You think it smells fine, but your passengers smell this. Eliminate odors you've gone nose blind to for up to 30 days with the Febreze Car Vent Clip.
Wow, it smells good in here.
So you and your passengers can breathe happy.
It's only for a couple of nights, okay?
Yep.
It's my parents' rules.
Baby?
Can I help you?
No. I just brought a card.
For me.
At Seaside Palm Beach, we recognize that you may have other obligations in your life. When you're here, you'll be able to bring your laptop. We encourage you to bring your phone. We don't want you disconnected from the rest of the world. Where other treatment centers will not allow you to have these things, we know that you have a life, but we're going to help you live that life better than when you came here. Your transition from chemically dependent to chemical-free will be as painless as possible. Seaside Palm Beach, please come see us.
somewhere in the Caribbean, there are 5-star luxury resorts where every day is unscripted, where the warmth of the islands can fill your soul, where martinis are stirred, dance floors are shaken, and your taste buds can travel the world. Sandals, the world's only luxury-included resorts, where love is all you need because everything else is included. Save up to 65%. Call 1-800-SANDALS.
Go.
And shipping is always free.
Visit DealDash.com and start bidding today.
Ride on the most treacherous highway in the world to experience the high risk of heavy rescue. Highway Through Hell, Sundays at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Hey, welcome back, everyone, to AMHQ, coming to you from the lab here with our winter weather expert, Tom Nizzle, breaking down Winter Storm Damon. It's so interesting to see it on radar because it's very colorful.
It certainly is. This is all rain in this part of the world, but I'll tell you what, back here in central New York, and I'm really concerned about this, this is going to be in and around the Syracuse area leading down into Binghamton. They have got very heavy snow occurring here now. We've seen problems on the roadways on 481 ringing around the southeast side of Syracuse right now. Snowfall rates, Mike, of 1 to 2 inches an hour.
This becomes an issue now because if you're getting 2 inches an hour, it becomes more than the plows can keep up with. Or they go through and they clear a road and it snows right behind them.
Absolutely. Now, if we watch this in time, this is important for travelers on I-90 on that New York State Thruway. It is continuing to move westward. Syracuse's conditions are going to improve over the next few hours, but as we work our way westward toward areas like Weedsport and then going toward Rochester, that heavy snow is going to travel right along that 90 corridor.
On the other side, I-95 is all liquid here, Boston up toward Portland.
It's all liquid. This is all Atlantic moisture that is being streamed in here. It's relatively warm out of the Gulf Stream, those warm ocean waters. This is going to be an all-rain event.
All right, so our surface temperatures are a lot warmer, closer to the water than they are away from the water. We're 27 in Binghamton right now. You have it towards, say, maybe Worcester. It's well above freezing. New York City, we're 37 degrees.
Yeah, and precipitation type has everything to do with what we look at in the atmosphere as far as temperature. So in Syracuse right now, we're running around 30 degrees at the surface, but really nice temperature conditions for very heavy snow production up here in the atmosphere, and that is going to come down. That's what's producing those 1 to 2 inch an hour snowfall rates.
So from the surface all the way up to 10,000 feet, we're below freezing. Makes sense that it'd be all snow. But we go over to a place, say like Massachusetts, into Worcester here. The temperature profile tells a different story.
Yeah, right around 32, 34 degrees at the surface. Snow can fall and land there, but we're not going to get snow because it starts here as snow, but as it falls through this warm layer right here of about 38 to 40 degrees, it changes into rain. And that's why we've got rain all along that New England coast right now.
All right, so not much chance for us to get any snow there at all. But once you get now north or west of this 32-degree line and you have moisture, it's likely to be all snow. Front side there, Tom, it's likely to be all rain, no snowfall accumulation.
But eventually on the back side of the system, the entire area turns cold enough for snow. We're likely going to see just a little bit of snow in that Thursday time frame along the coast as well.
And for a nor'easter, a little bit of snow. No big deal. It's just that last glancing blow, Maria, as it exits.
All right, Mike, Tom, thank you. 6 minutes before the top of the hour. He's the Oscar-winning director of Gladiator. Now Ridley Scott has created another epic adventure film, Exodus, Gods and Kings, the story of Moses leading 400,000 Hebrew slaves out of Egypt. Our Jim Cantore sat down with the acclaimed director to find out how weather played a part.
Exodus was an epic drama, and you kind of gave weather a little bit of a leading role.
I was love weather. I'm from the north of England, and in North England you get weather every day. In this instance, the journey is such a trek through the wilderness. First of all, you've got to find your wilderness that you can get your unit to. Secondly, you've got to find a mountain road I can bring charts down. That mountain road is real, and the charts up there digitally, there's only like 30, but they're doing 18 miles an hour down a road like that with two in hand. That I quantify is equal to weather, because when the road collapses, that's a major piece of digital work. That is far beyond you and I. You don't see weather until I've completely finished with the digital work, so then all of that is put in.
Let's talk about the Red Sea parting. How did you create that?
Well, I was helped really by that disaster, and they call it tsunami. In truth, I never really heard that before used, and it was such a disaster that it was the first time it was brought to everyone's attention. Because I used tsunami to drain the Red Sea, because looking at the original movie, at just don't think you can do that and hold a candy in there with shimmering water. You can't do that anymore.
How fascinating is it to you, the correlation between science and religion?
Well, I'm dealing frequently in the science fiction films I do. Prometheus raises that question, right? I'm into Prometheus 2, which raises precisely that question. Where does it stop, or where does it begin?
You say that you didn't cause all this. You say this is not your fault.
Why are we here? Are we the only ones? And if we are the only ones, I simply don't believe it.
Exodus, Gods and Kings opens this Friday. Sam?
All right, Maria, there's an awful lot to go on your Weather Channel this morning, so just settle back and watch us. We've got all kinds of breaking weather to handle for you this morning. Not only East Coast storm with Winter Storm Damon, we continue to see that problem moving with that heavy snow. 2 inches an hour, we just mentioned, all the way from Syracuse down the New York State Thruway. That'll be a problem today, but also the fog not lifting just yet through the middle of the country. We've got that fog, Dallas, all the way into western Oklahoma, and a big storm in California that we're going to be talking about for days. Chris Warren is there live. He and Jen Carfagno will pick it up right now. Have an amazing day. We'll see you tomorrow on AMHQ.
Currently in our area, 59 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunny, high 66. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear, low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, except for a few afternoon clouds, mainly sunny, high 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Right now in upstate New York, a tractor trailer jackknife has caused Interstate 81 to back up near Syracuse. And waking up on the West Coast, we've got a different story in the making.
We certainly do have a different story in the making, Jen. Right now here in San Francisco, some fog obscuring the Golden Gate Bridge right now. The calm before a major storm moves into California. I'm meteorologist Chris Warren of Live Report coming up.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Jen Carfagno at the Weather Channel studios in Atlanta.
And here on the West Coast in San Francisco, I'm meteorologist Chris Warren, waiting a big storm.
Yes, you are, Chris. The Northeast getting downpours of rain and snow, but the West Coast, you're about to see a storm like you haven't seen in years there.
Yeah, that's right. We are looking at a storm that has so many different elements to it, and it goes all the way up to the Canadian border, all the way down into Oregon, where we're starting to see the big waves, heavy rain in Washington State. Now here in California, this is the calm before the storm, the day to prepare. And you know it's calm when you have the low clouds hanging around, because it's the wind that will stir up the fog. You need the cold air and the moisture, and then the wind will you need calm winds in order to get the fog. So I'm turning this light right now, and hopefully this will show up. But you can see some of the moisture in the air from the right angles. It's a little bit warmer at the city, so that hinders the fog a little bit. We have the waves right here in the protected part of the bay. However, from the coast all the way to the mountains, there will be impacts. The waves here are minor compared to what's going to be on the other side of the Golden Gate Bridge here in San Francisco, up and down California, up into Oregon, along the Oregon coast. The surf is going to be there. But Jen, next, it's going to be that heavy rain, the threat for flooding, and very strong winds. It is going to be a storm stormy night tonight and tomorrow in California.
All right, Chris, thank you. What a cool kind of eerie sight there this morning, and we know it's going to change dramatically. Speaking of changing, this is the scene right now on Interstate 81 as we take you around the Syracuse area here in western New York. The snow has really come down overnight, and quite a different scene this morning from yesterday. A little bit of traffic getting through there. It looks like on the side is some of the feeder roads, but we take a look at what's going on. Traffic is stopped and the snow is still falling. Let's find out how much more is going to fall. We've got Carl Parker standing by with the latest on Winter Storm Damon. Carl.
Well, Jen, we have seen as much as a foot of snow there in central parts of New York State, still coming down as fast as 2 inches per hour, and will continue to through early tomorrow. And let's begin with the satellite picture. You notice the upper low in the last 24 hours really has not moved very much. It's right in here, and so it's separated from the main flow of the jet stream, and we'll talk more about the importance of that in a moment. So here's the 24-hour loop, and you notice that wet weather coming into southeastern New England. Now we're seeing a little bit more of that, but the snow's still going in New York State. And look at this, south and east of Syracuse in Jamesville, 1 foot of snow, and that is just on the southeast side of the metro area there. The snow's still coming down at a very good clip in Syracuse, 30 degrees right now. We're getting some wet weather in Albany and wet weather in eastern parts of New England. So this is a look at the pressure fields in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. There is the low that is really cut off from the main flow of the jet stream, which is up in Canada. So there's really nothing to push it along. And so as we take this through tomorrow and into Friday, you see that that cutoff low moves very little. And that's why the snow continues to be in place across New York State as well as parts of New England. Here we are taking the forecast into the day tomorrow. The snow does thin out a bit, but it's still around right through the middle of the day tomorrow. And what that means is additionally going through Thursday evening, we're talking about a large area of 8 to 12 inches. That's going to be centered on northwestern parts of New York State, then 5 to 8 inches, a little bit wider than that, and some small areas of 1 foot plus. And that is additionally going through late Thursday. So major storm here, getting some pretty heavy snowfall rates right now, and it's going to go on for a very long time. Jen, over to you.
Carl, thank you. And it is these heavy snowfall rates which is creating issues on the roadways. The snow just falling so rapidly. Not to mention, it's a real sticky snow. Let's go to Jim Cantore this morning. He is live in Syracuse in the midst of it all. Jim, you're getting covered with this sticky snow.
As I like to call it, this is the puking phase of the atmosphere right now. And this is 1 to 2 inches an hour. You're looking at it. Absolutely hammered. So think about what Buffalo dealt with a few weeks ago at 4 to 5 inches an hour. Look down the street here. We're at Salina and Water, and you're looking down Water here. I'm going to say we're just over a quarter-mile viz in S+ right now. That would be the observation that I would give. Over a quarter-mile S+. You can see the plows down there. Obviously, cars are moving slow. This is the heaviest snow that we've had this morning. So let's throw that traffic cam back up there again. So split the screen with me, Director. Let's show this Interstate 81 slow jam or traffic jam that's gone on. Could be a jackknife tractor trailer with these kind of snow rates. I don't know where that is. I'm thinking Scott is probably within 10 miles of me to my south. All right, that's what I'm thinking right now, especially given the radar trends. I want to bring in my good friend Kristen, who came in from Liverpool, which is off to our west, about 45 minutes ago, and you said it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad at all.
So, all right, so was it snowing like this?
No, this is heavier.
This is a lot heavier,
It
isn't
is.
it? So you can see what it's done to the roads. What was it like driving in, though? Even
it was slick. It was wet, but it wasn't heavy snow at all. This is a lot worse.
Was it a slower, traffic, or people going slower, in other words?
There wasn't that many people on the road, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you think people left earlier or just worked from home?
Well, we had an hour delay, so that health matters.
Ah.
So.
Okay, so they did delay a few things this morning for that. All right. So, Kristen, what do you think the drive home is going to be like?
I'm hoping for early dismissal. It'll probably be worse. It'll probably be like this, colder, heavier snow.
Yeah, well, you're exactly right. The snow is going to stop. Go inside, darling. Thanks for waiting outside here. I told her she was going to need a hat, by the way. All right, so Jen, here we go. We're at 1 to 2 inches an hour. You can see it accumulating all over me, and you saw what it did to Kristen. She's now soaked. But quarter-mile, heavy snow right now. Big problems on Interstate 81. I can see 690 off in my distance. And you know what? it looks like, well, no, traffic is moving. Traffic is moving along 690, but it's not moving as quickly as it was. So things are slow go here in CNY, Central New York. Back to you, Jen.
All right, Cantori, thank you for that. Now, weather-wise, it's pretty much bad news for both coasts. Chris Warren is live in San Francisco.
And Jen, it's going to get a lot worse here. Expecting widespread power outages. Coming up next on Weather Center Live, we're going to speak with the area power company to find out what they're doing ahead of this major storm.
Some things fall short on quality. And some things are all about quality. Like the Hyundai Elantra, one of 3 Hyundai models to receive a J.D. Power Award for initial quality. Right now during Hyundai holidays, take advantage of our best offers of the season.
Get the Hyundai Elantra for 0% APR for 60 months plus $500 holiday bonus cash. Here's a question for you. If every driver in the U.S. kept their car's tires properly inflated, how many gallons of fuel could America save each year? Up to 2 billion gallons? 4 billion? 6 billion? The answer is up to 4 billion gallons. By keeping your tires properly inflated, you can increase your car's fuel economy and reduce its CO2 emissions. Take the energy quiz, round 2. Energy lives here.
This week on the Weather Channel Mornings, Winter Storm Damon moves across the Northeast. We'll show you who will get the worst of it with live coverage from the storm's path. Plus, weather myth versus science, breaking down the new movie Exodus. Don't miss Wake Up with Al and America's Morning Headquarters, the Weather Channel Mornings.
Currently in our area, 59 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunny, high 66. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear, low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, except for a few afternoon clouds, mainly sunny, high 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Look at this!
Listen to that!
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel Mornings.
The clock is ticking, so let's grab the list and go to town. You don't need a lot of this to make someone feel like that, especially if you give them one of these. Holiday to-dos? Let's get them done today at the one place that can help us bring it all home. That's How to Holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Right now, save $50 on this Husky Mechanics tool set. Guaranteed forever.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster. Andrew. Rita. Sandy. Meet Chris. Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
And welcome back to the Weather Channel. I'm Jen Carfagno in studio in Atlanta.
And I'm meteorologist Chris Warren by the bay here in San Francisco, where, Jen, the low clouds right now kind of hiding the story, if you will, because it is the calm conditions before a major storm moves into the Bay Area.
And Chris.
And Jen, yeah.
I would say the scene looks eerie right now with the fog that you have out there, but we know how much it's going to change with this big storm looming off the coast and really already affecting us in western Washington and Oregon.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the calm conditions that are leading to those big delays at SFO, at San Francisco International, which is in that direction. Where we are in the city, it's a little bit warmer. So the cloud deck, the moisture dissolves a little bit more, evaporates, I should say, evaporates a little bit more, and the cloud deck gets a little bit higher. But you look off here, you see this island out there with the light going around? That's Alcatraz. And beyond Alcatraz, you have way in the distance, you can't see any more land, but eventually that goes over into the Central Valley, the Sacramento area, then eventually up into the mountains where there are blizzard warnings in effect ahead of the storm that's coming in. Amazing winds with this. And so when you have the winds, at least at the low levels, fog's not going to be a problem. We're looking now to the north, and you can barely see some of the lights there in Sausalito. And then we come over and we can see now the Golden Gate Bridge, and I believe the top of the towers are at 750 feet. So you can imagine you're almost up to around 1,000 feet on some of those hills, and that's where the clouds are hanging around. And you look at the water too. The water is relatively calm here, but we're protected. You get underneath the Golden Gate Bridge, you get out into the Pacific Ocean, the swells are going to be much bigger. And I want to show you this right here, because the swells are going to be up 15, 20 feet, but at times, some of the waves just out here crashing onto the beaches are going to be about 20 feet. And to give you an idea, this is a tape measure I set up into the trees. It's just right into the bottom of the trees here. This is 10 feet, okay? And then you add that on to another 4 feet, so we'll call it 15, split the difference, and then you just basically add on another 5 feet to that, and that's what we're talking about, these waves crashing onto the shore. So what we're seeing right here, this is minor. This is just a little bit of surf coming in, and here comes another one right now. So, Jen, we're protected right here, but it's going to be flat out dangerous at the coast from Washington to Oregon, and then, of course, here in California. That's just one of multiple threats with this storm system that's coming in.
And, Chris, that is why you're there, to show us the storm as it comes in. And dangerous, yes, one way to describe it. Important is another, because it is going to bring some big rainfall to an area that we know desperately needs rain. Let's look at San Francisco, for example, and so far this month, we've picked up 3.8 inches of rain. We've actually done fairly well. Got more this month than we got all of last year, San Francisco. And as we tally it up, you know, we in the area need about 8 inches to end the drought. We're not going to get maybe 8, but we're going to get, I think, a good dousing of rain from this next storm. This is the important side. We go down to Santa Rosa, where with last week's storm, we also picked up some very beneficial rainfall, 2.82 inches of rain. When we tally up how much we need, we are 10 inches below the yearly average. We'll get a couple more inches out of this next storm as it comes in. Now, coming up, we've got more on this, and we also have continued coverage as Winter Storm Damon stretches across the Northeast with heavy snow, some rain, and some strong winds.
Why do I take Metamucil every day? Because it helps me skip the bad stuff. I'm good. That's what I like to call the Meta Effect.
4-in-1 Multi-Health Metamucil, now clinically proven to help you feel less hungry between meals. Experience the Meta Effect with our new Multi-Health Wellness line.
Hugging a tree in average women's flannel. Hugging a tree in Duluth Trading free swinging flannel. Duluth free swinging flannel. Moving made easy. Flannel made fetching. Get it. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
When you feel good, no one is immune. With antioxidants, electrolytes, and B vitamins, plus more vitamin C than 10 oranges, Emergency transforms more than just water. Emergency, let your awesome out.
Check out one of the hottest gift ideas this Christmas, Beats Pill XL.
Now available with special financing when you use your Walmart credit card. They're Bluetooth enabled so you can stream a song to one Beats Pill.
And pair it with another Beats Pill for huge stereo sound. Oh, dance off. Uh-oh, what? Oh!
What?
Nothing.
Ooh, is the room spinning?
No, just you.
And now get special financing when you use your Walmart credit card. More ways to Christmas joy. Walmart.
This week on the Weather Channel Mornings, Winter Storm Damon moves across the Northeast. We'll show you who will get the worst of it with live coverage from the storm's path. Plus, weather myth versus science.
Hey, Jennifer Fuzzmike, Trooper Money Slang. Aw, scram.
I'm Chris Mike, Jubby Robon, Shall gonna lead up in Kisbet.
Peace charity, get town down.
Both a liver, toothpaste, dummy way.
Pop Head should be still in their first.
Saxa Nene. But I'm ahead, Maxis Gar and jump a left, flap a down.
Bro, na brood.
What?
Catch up on what everyone's talking about with the X1 Entertainment Operating System. Preloaded with the latest episodes of the top 100 shows. Only from Xfinity.
If you can't communicate, then you can't survive in this world. Most of our life is moving toward advanced technology. You know, some of these kids, they don't have internet access in their homes. That digital divide is there.
And that's why programs like the Comcast Internet Essentials are truly essential to our kids' future.
These are all pieces of the puzzle that go into helping kids in our community succeed in school and in life.
Fund the shipping, and even pay the return postage. Try NoNo risk-free today.
Ride on the most treacherous highway in the world to experience the high risk of heavy rescue. Highway Through Hell, Sundays at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Stay tuned for your Local on the 8s, brought to you by PetSmart, inspired by pets.
Dear Mojo, thanks for inspiring me to be as good as you think I am. This holiday season, give thanks to the pets who inspire you. At PetSmart, save up to 20% on select treats. PetSmart.
Omega-3s are one of the essential nutrients to support your heart health. But even with a healthy diet rich in omega-3s, many people don't get enough. That's why I recommend omega-3 supplements to support your heart health.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
Dear Mojo, thanks for inspiring me to be as good as you think I am. This holiday season, give thanks to the pets who inspire you. At PetSmart, save up to 20% on select treats. PetSmart.
Currently in our area, 60 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunny, high 66. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear, low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, except for a few afternoon clouds, mainly sunny. High 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. 4 million people in the path of Winter Storm Damon. The storm already dumping snow across parts of the Northeast, more than a foot in places. Our Mike Seidel is live in Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania. And Mike, looks like they've made some good progress on the roads for this morning's commute after the snow last night.
Yeah, no problems here. These are the professionals. We've got the sun out here. Got some blue sky up there. Look at that. Some cobalt blue sky here in the mountains of Northeast PA, the beautiful Poconos, home of the famous heart-shaped bathtubs. I'm sure if you know anything about the Poconos, you know about them. I can tell you personally, I do not have a heart-shaped bathtub in my hotel room last night and this morning. Speaking of this morning, they came out here. Jay Bruegel from PMA Landscaping. This is the lot he plowed. Take a look at the video. This is before sunrise. We had 2 to 3 inches of snow overnight. Now, yesterday morning, he was out here salting this lot because they had sleet and freezing rain. Then it went to rain. And then last night around 6 o'clock, it went back to snow. We talked to him earlier about how he handles snowstorms up here in the Poconos.
we have to be on it right away. I mean, we can't have any kind of slip and falls. It has to be salted. If an inch accumulates, we have to be here plowing it, salting it, and keeping the sidewalk shoveled.
Out here on Pennsylvania State Route 611 and 940, the intersection, and no problems between all the salt. The fact that temperatures just got down to freezing about 4 or 5 o'clock this morning, and now the sunlight, the roads are in excellent shape. Just not a bad day at all. By the way, Jen Carfagno, I want to thank the Burger King folks for letting us report from here. But have you ever seen a Burger King parking lot this big? I mean, my gosh. You could put 2 more Burger Kings in here and still have, this is what you call the Whopper parking lot at Burger King. I have never seen a parking lot this big for any fast food restaurant.
A double
Jen,
Whopper.
back to you. I'll save you a
I never
Whopper.
have either, Mike. Actually, I was thinking there'd be something else there. What I want to know, though, have you done any shoveling, Mike? Because, you know, we've been talking about how heavy and wet this snow could be.
No, I haven't done any shoveling. We didn't get much to shovel here. And yes, it was a heavy, wet snow. When I came into town last night, I came up from Stroudsburg across the Delaware Water Gap. From there up here, it's about 1,000 feet higher. The temperature dropped down to 34, went over to snow. So it was a very slushy snow, most of this. Then early this morning, it's down to freezing. 30 now, wind chill at 18. Jen?
All right, Mike, thank you. And snow is actually not too far away from Mike. We want to go up into New York, where it is snowing this morning. And let's go to Interstate 81. Our Scott Newell is there just outside of Syracuse. We know this is where the snow is falling heaviest. Scott, what can you tell us about conditions there?
Well, if you're looking at that picture, that is I-81 southbound, and those people are absolutely stopped. They have been stopped for almost an hour and a half right now. We understand but have been unable to confirm that there is some sort of a jackknifed semi up ahead, and I'm not sure exactly how far it is up there, but there are a lot of people stuck. They are wondering what they're going to do. I talked to a couple of students from Cortland, and they have final exams in about 15 minutes. And so if you are Molly Kiggins and Kayla Saib's teacher, they are not going to make the final. So they're concerned. There's also another branch, I-481 eastbound, which is just a few miles north of here. It is also closed, will be closed for at least another hour, and they're trying to clear a jackknife semi there. So as you can see, a lot of snow, and the roads are not very clear here. Back to you.
All right, Scott, first of all, I think that the official note from the Weather Channel saying that you're stuck in the snow is better than any doctor's note for missing the final exam there. So thank you for that. You know, you saw the radar, very, very active, and we are going to continue to watch a lot of very heavy snow around the Syracuse area. That's where we have the biggest problems right now, with the heavy snow falling at more than an inch or 2 per hour. Now, as we take a look at what's coming up, we want to show what's happening through your eyes. We want to see what it looks like in your area from the storm. This video was sent to us by Weather Channel viewer Chris Walling. He took this shot of heavy snow that was blanketing the area around his home. Oh, it looks like a winter wonderland. Look at that snow swirling. We want to see your video from Winter Storm Damon. Just make sure you shoot it horizontal on your smartphone and text the keyword Damon to 99000 and follow the instructions to share the video with us. We'll have more of your video and pictures throughout the morning as you show us how amazing this winter weather can be, and also know what kind of trouble it can cause as well. We'll have more coming up this morning from Jim Cantore. He's back with an update from that snow in Syracuse. And Chris Warren, my partner in crime, is live in San Francisco. He's got more on the next big storm coming in tonight.
Moses, have you come to negotiate? I don't think so. Remember this for eternity.
Exodus, rated PG-13.
Nourished. Rescued. Protected. Given new hope. During the Subaru Share the Love event, Subaru owners feel it too. Because when you take home a new Subaru, we donate $250 to helping those in need. We'll have given $50 million over 7 years. Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
You can change your style to express your unique personality. So why can't you do the same with your eye color? We at Alcon believe you can.
Introducing new Air Optics Colors prescription contact lenses. Its unique 3-in-1 color technology blends with your own eye color for a naturally beautiful look with comfort all month long. Virtually try on your perfect color and get a free trial offer at airopticscolors.com.
Okay, Patrick, one more stop. Let's go base, shark, blitz. Base, shark, blitz.
When the game's on the line,
Okay, this is for the game.
the NFL trusts Duracell Quantum to power their game day communication.
Plug like this, on. Abort, he's keeping it.
Duracell Quantum lasts up to 35% longer than the competition.
Discover card. Hey, so I'm looking at my bill and my FICO credit score is on here.
We give you your FICO score each month for free.
Awesome sauce.
Wow. The only person I know that says that is Lisa.
Julie?
At Discover, we treat you like you'd treat you. Get the IT card and see your FICO credit score.
Get fast-acting, long-lasting relief from heartburn with doctor-recommended Gaviscon. It neutralizes stomach acid and is the only product that forms a protective barrier that helps keep stomach acid in the stomach where it belongs. For fast-acting, long-lasting relief, try Gaviscon.
Chex Party Mix. Easy 15-minute homemade recipes you just pop in a microwave, like caramel chocolate drizzles. Happier holidays. Chex Party Mix.
This week on the Weather Channel Mornings, Winter Storm Damon moves across the Northeast. We'll show you who will get the worst of it with live coverage from the storm's path. Plus, weather myth versus science, breaking down the new movie Exodus. Don't miss Wake Up with Al and America's Morning Headquarters, the Weather Channel Mornings.
Currently in our area, 60 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunny, high 66. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear, low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, except for a few afternoon clouds, mainly sunny. High 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Wildest weather ever caught on camera. Oh my God! Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight. Wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
A country bookended by storms. Check it out. On the West Coast, Seattle and Portland both seeing a lot of rain today. And on the East Coast, snow in Syracuse and rain in Boston, thanks to a nor'easter that's bringing us our latest winter storm, Damon. And thanks for staying with us here on Weather Center Live. I'm Jen Carfagno, and we're also bookending today's show from both coasts. I'm here at the Weather Channel studio in Atlanta, and my partner Chris Warren is live in San Francisco.
Yeah, hello to you, Jen. Yeah, here in the Bay Area, the Golden Gate Bridge behind me here on the West Coast. Now, right now we have low clouds on the horizon and there's fog in the inland areas. Those low clouds and fog causing delays at San Francisco, but it's going to be the strong winds that are going to just roar across these hills, the Marin headlands over here on the north side of the bay, and all the way up to the Canadian border, all the way down to the Mexican border, Washington, Oregon, California. We'll feel some major impacts. Now, some of the most intense and extreme weather will be in areas, fortunately, where people don't live. At the immediate coast in a lot of these areas, some of the higher hills and some of the taller mountains will have some of the strongest winds. However, millions of people will be impacted because there will be strong winds right here in San Francisco, in the surrounding areas. Widespread power outages are expected. Trees are expected to come down. And this is all going to happen. It's already happening in Washington, Oregon, but it's going to happen here in California California starting later on tonight. At least this part of California is going to start in Northern California later on today. And then we're going to see it go all the way down to Mexico by the weekend. And we're seeing white between the gray. We're seeing white in the foam from the ocean waters coming into the bay. But Storm Tracker Jim Cantore is seeing a whole different kind of white right now. He's live in Syracuse, where, Jim, I think I heard you say you were getting puked on a little bit earlier.
Yeah, that's it, man. We're in the puking phase of the storm. I mean, we're getting the whiteout conditions right now. You can see down the road here, this is water. I'm going to say now we're about a 16th. We're about a 16th S+ here in Syracuse. We got major problems on Interstate 81, I believe, southbound. I believe. We're just getting this in now, but it looks like a pretty long stretch from just south of Syracuse to heading down toward Binghamton for about 10 miles or so. Scott Newell's been showing us the traffic has not moved at all. There's at least one jackknife tractor trailer there, and they do think that maybe by 12:30 they will get the interstate open again. But right now, obviously, it is shut down. Traffic is backing up big time, so avoid that area. Also, potentially another accident on 481. So when it snows at 1 inch an hour, I don't care where you are, you're going to have problems on the roads. All right, I want to bring in my friend Nikita from the Syracuse Better Business Bureau here, and you've been talking about how this can be a good thing, actually, for Syracuse. Do you expect it? You get 130 inches a year, and this is what people expect up here.
Yes, people expect the snow here. We thrive in it. We don't run away from it. As you can see, we bundle up and just jump right into it because there's skiing, there's ice skating, which is right around the corner over here, and we just love being out here in the snow. In fact, we like to brag that we take home the Golden Snowball every year.
Well, and actually you have before in the past, that's for sure. You get a little help from the lake too. We actually had quite a group here come by just a little bit earlier. We're going to show this on the Weather Channel later on. They came by in a convertible. You were going to get ready for this, but they came by in a convertible. So you got some folks with some senses of humor up here.
Oh, yeah.
They're just taking stride.
Oh, yeah. They take it in stride. They'll walk out here in shorts, T-shirts. I mean, this is just life for us. We're used to this.
And economically, this helps, isn't it? I mean, you have kids that are going to get Christmas presents because their dad and moms are out plowing right now.
Exactly. Right? The plow business is huge right now. People in the plow business, this is Christmas for them.
Awesome. Yes. Thank you, darling. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
All right. We're going to get you a hat after this. We're going to talk about, obviously, the snow here, which is now sticking on the roads. Remember this morning, Jen, we didn't have any of this on the roads at all. They could keep up with it. But like I said, I don't care where you are. When you're 1 inch to 2 an hour, it's not going to happen. So the problems on the roads are very, very huge. Now, we're talking about maybe 12 to 18 inches of snow. But in the hills of the Sierra, we could be talking about 4 feet by the time all is said and done. Chris Warren is out in San Francisco for us. Chris, I don't know if you, when you got there, buddy, or if you had a chance to talk to anybody, are people looking forward to this rain? I mean, this is a huge aid to the Northern California drought.
Jim, I think most people do recognize that the rain is needed. However, when you get so much rain that causes problems, it's a different story. I mean, you're looking at widespread issues because of the rain. Flooding, can see debris flow, rocks and mud across the roads. But right now, things are business as usual. This is ahead of the storm. People are out walking along here, going for their jog, their early morning walk, driving to work, whatever the case may be. But travel is already being impacted here, but not because of the big storm, because of the low clouds, which does happen frequently, as we know, in the Bay Area. Jen, how's travel looking across the rest of the country?
Well, Chris, there and across the country, we're dealing with some delays. So let's show you what's going on here. San Francisco delayed, as Chris alluded to, thanks to the fog that you could see behind him. We also have delays this morning in the east, and our New York airports, especially LaGuardia, dealing with delays this morning. So as we run down the list for you and take a look at what we're dealing with, we do have the delays out here this morning at LaGuardia. We had a ground stop. That was lifted. It turned into a ground delay program. That means if you're going to LaGuardia, you're going to be dealing with delays. Now, San Francisco running delays out there thanks to the low clouds and the low visibility. More than 3-hour delays on flights arriving here today. Our ceiling's at about 700 feet here. It's going to be tough to get back on time until this fog gets out of the area. And of course, the Northeast delays thanks to our winter storm, Damon. And Carl has more on that.
And Jen, we want to begin with a look at what's happened in the last couple of days as this upper low has come down across the lakes. We watched a surface low developing along the coast, as is often the case. But what has happened since then is that the upper low has basically captured the surface low. And for that reason, things are really not moving very much. We're getting the same weather in the same areas. We got snow yesterday across upstate New York. It's happening again today. Pretty good band here of snow dropping down just west of 81. And within that, that, there is heavy snow, snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour. Heavy snow now being reported in Syracuse. It is heavy snow in Fulton, and then it is moderate snow now in Ithaca. So a good bit more is on the way, and here is the reason why. This is a look at the upper level pattern. We're looking at the 500 millibar pressure fields, and so this is basically telling us what the upper level pattern is doing. And right in here we see what is called a cutoff low. So the main flow of the jet stream is up through here in parts of Canada and then coming out across the Atlantic, and this low is separated from that main flow, so there's really nothing to kick it along, and that's why it's going to sit in this area right through tomorrow and into Friday. Now, it will weaken in the next couple of days, so that's going to help things out a little bit, but we're going to continue to see these dribs and drabs of snow right through the day tomorrow. So there's the model forecast, still coming down in earnest this evening. Then tomorrow it thins out a bit, but we've still got snow there across the Empire State, northern Pennsylvania, and through a lot of New England as well, and that'll go even into late tomorrow. So additionally, going forward, what we're thinking is a pretty sizable area of 8 to 12 inches of snow. That's really anywhere from Buffalo into Rochester and Syracuse, up into areas right off of Lake Ontario there, a little bit of lake enhancement working to help with the totals there, and then a much broader area of about 1 to 3 inches of snow. And as the colder air has started to come in farther off towards the south and east, we expect to get just a little bit of snow in the tri-state area, in western parts of Connecticut, in the lower end of the Hudson Valley, and in northern Jersey as well. Probably just a few inches, but some snow nonetheless. Jen, over to you.
Carl, thank you. Very active, supercharged atmosphere on both coasts, the corners of the country right now. It's the Northeast, and at the moment it's the Northwest. But Chris Warren in San Francisco this morning as that next storm makes its way down into California tonight.
Yeah, and we are expecting it to be supercharged, Jen, when it does get here. And it's coming from way out there, way out in the Pacific Ocean. Here on the Weather Channel, exclusive expert analysis of why this can be so wet and so dangerous.
Currently in our area, 62 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunny, high 66. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear, low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, except for a few afternoon clouds, mainly sunny, high 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Many Americans who have prescriptions fail to stay on them. That's why we created programs which encourage people to take their medications regularly. So join us as we raise a glass to everyone who remembered today. Bottoms up, America. See you tomorrow. Same time. Another innovation from CVS Health. Because health is everything.
Ring, ring.
Progresso.
Used to people have my kids loving vegetables.
Well, vegetables. Shh. Tastes better in our savory broth. Vegetables.
No, soup.
Oh, soup.
Loaded with vegetables, packed with taste.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
My grandson's got this blankie that gets filthy. But he's got such sensitive skin that you worry about what you use in the laundry. So I use new Tide Pods, free and gentle, to get a deep clean that's gentle on skin. Ooh.
New Tide Pods, free and gentle.
From I wonder what it is to you'll never guess. Everything from LL Bean is backed by the same rock-solid guarantee. So while they keep guessing, you know that we'll take it back or replace it. LL Bean, guaranteed to please.
Some things fall short on quality.
And some things are all about quality. Like the Hyundai Elantra. One of 3 Hyundai models to receive a J.D. Power Award for initial quality. Right now, during Hyundai holidays, take advantage of our best offers of the season.
Get the Hyundai Elantra for 0% APR for 60 months plus $500 holiday bonus cash.
The clock is ticking, so let's grab the list and go to town. You don't need a lot of this to make someone feel like that, especially if you give them one of these. Holiday to-dos? Let's get them done today at the one place that can help us bring it all home. That's How to Holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Your choice of these compressor combo kits, just $199.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
We got this one. We got Pepper. Did he help pick it out? No, he's a cat. Is this mine? That one's for Alice, but she doesn't know it yet. Why not? Mom says she's still cooking.
Capture your memories with Hallmark keepsake ornaments.
Clean up this holiday with the cordless Dyson DC59 vacuum. Expert service, unbeatable price, Best Buy.
Where we go is who we are. And fuels from Exxon and Mobil help your engine run smoother, cleaner, and with better fuel economy. We are energy, and energy lives here.
And thanks for staying with us on Weather Center Live. We are tracking 2 potentially dangerous storm systems. One is Winter Storm Damon in the Northeast, and my partner Chris Warren in San Francisco this morning with what's happening on the West Coast. A lot of rain coming, Chris.
Well, Jen, we're seeing the rain already moving into Washington State. It's going to be Washington, Oregon, and then all of California, from the Oregon border all the way down to the Mexican border. It's going to be the most intense, the heaviest rain, the strongest winds from about the Oregon border as far as California goes, down into the Bay Area. And then the rain amounts will taper off. But in California, you get an inch or 2 here and there. Even in Southern California, it is going to be a big problem, especially on the roads. And Storm Specialist Carl Parker is joining us right now, because one of the big things about this that makes this event unique, first, it's going to be the widespread winds, but also, Carl, it's that moisture and where this moisture is coming from that's going to produce a massive amount of rain.
Yeah, this is really a tropical tap that we're talking about. So it's moisture coming right from the tropical regions in the equatorial areas of the Pacific Ocean. So this is how that looks. And these are called atmospheric rivers, these very narrow channels of high moisture content. And when these atmospheric rivers emanate from near Hawaii, they're referred to as the Pineapple Express, sort of a direct line, a conveyor belt from the Hawaiian Islands and all that tropical moisture right up and into California. Now, these things are actually very important. They provide as much as half of our rainfall there in California in a given year. And what's interesting is that they're very narrow channels. They generally take up less than 10% of the circumference of the Earth, but account for 90% of the moisture transport from the tropical regions to the middle latitudes. And so it's with this narrow channel that we are going to get several inches of rain on the high end there in parts of California. Chris, over to you.
100 miles. And Carl, there's another big story we're watching and expecting here with this massive event. We look here, the low clouds here in the Bay Area. There's Alcatraz, and what you can't see way out there, and if you hop on Interstate 80, you drive for a few hours, you're going to get up to the summit, which is higher than 7,000 feet. Very heavy snow and strong winds are expected in the mountains of California. And right now, Deanna Schutman joins us from Caltrans on the phone, the Department of Transportation here. And Deanna, we understand you cover Interstate 80 and Highway 50. What are you expecting out of this, and what's being done? What is Caltrans doing?
Well, we are ready for this storm. We've been preparing for a few days. Our guys are stocked up and ready to go. We have our snow blowers ready, our snow plows ready. we're just recommend everybody to take it slow when they get up there, when they're heading up the hill. And safety is our number one priority. That's what we need to remember.
Deanna, the snow hasn't started. There's already a blizzard warning in effect. This is potentially life-threatening conditions. At what point, or what is it going to take for Caltrans to shut down the highway and the interstate?
Well, the only thing that will shut down I-80 is if we have a complete whiteout snowstorm. Other than that, we strive to keep 80 open because that's our corridor for commerce running through across the United States.
And how is that determined, the visibility? Is it based on the wonderful network of cameras that you have? Is it reports from people on the ground? How is that decision actually made?
We actually have a full team that stays up there 24/7 on the Donner Summit up in that area at our Kingdale station that's placed up on 80. And they determine, they're actually boots on the ground, if it's safe or not to send the traveling public through.
All right, good to know. Deanna Schutman with Caltrans. We certainly appreciate it. And again, we are waiting for that main event. Unfortunately, it's going to cause a lot of headaches and be very dangerous for the West Coast. And it's coming from out there, from the Pacific. Jen?
Chris, and you know, a lot of folks decorating for the holidays. Their decorations might be things that you need to secure because of the winds that Chris was talking about. We're going to show you what we are dealing with here with these strong, gusty winds. Again, as our low pressure develops and the pressure gradient picks up, we will really see the winds pick up here in the west, and we'll have more on what we can expect in the coming days. Plus, this morning, we will take you back out to our live team coverage of Winter Storm Damon. Mike Seidel is in the Poconos.
Good morning, Jen. The beautiful Poconos. We've got wind, but not like you're going to see on the West Coast. There's Old Glory up there. Boy, talk about a stiff wind and an icy wind chill.
When you feel good, no one is immune. With antioxidants, electrolytes, and B vitamins, plus more vitamin C than 10 oranges, Emergency transforms more than just water. Emergency, let your awesome out.
Did you know? Fresh Step Extreme Lightweight Litter isn't just light, it's also the best lightweight for eliminating odors. Amazing, right? For superior odor elimination, try Fresh Step Extreme. Lightweight.
We're taking outdoor living to the extreme. The Ultimate Sportsman's Lodge. Take these amazing mountain views, add in some wild neighbors, and you have every outdoorsman's dream.
Look at this view.
It's high-tech, handcrafted, and full of surprises and celebrity outdoor enthusiasts. Tom Brokaw, Huey Lewis, and Jim Belushi. Come inside the Ultimate Sportsman's Lodge. New series, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on Great American Country.
Currently in our area, 62 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunny, high 66. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear, low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, except for a few afternoon clouds, mainly sunny. High 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
I am a patriot, and I want to see this country soar again.
I promise you, I'll give you everything I have.
What's he get out of all this?
I am leading men. I am teaching them. I am giving them a dream. And I am giving America hope.
Foxcatcher, rated R. Now playing select cities.
Grandpa Bodie? Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
If it's in your nature to love the great outdoors, don't miss your chance to find the perfect gift at the Cabela's Christmas sale. Save on your favorite brands, plus get there early for our Saturday 8 a.m. doorbusters. Shop the Cabela's Christmas sale in-store and online at Cabela's.com.
You got the bargain kind. You would need like a bunch of those to clean this mess.
Then I'll use a bunch of them.
What are you doing?
Dish issues? Get Cascade Complete. One pack cleans better than 6 packs of the Bargain brand combined. Cascade, now that's clean.
How could switchgrass in Argentina change engineering in Dubai, aluminum production in South Africa, and the aerospace industry in the U.S.? At T. Rowe Price, we understand the connections of a complex global economy. It's just one reason over 70% of our mutual funds beat their 10-year Lipper average.
I'm Randy White, Hall of Fame football player, and I'm a PC user. And PC-Matic is all you'll ever need. In today's internet-connected world, you need the best defense from online threats. PC-Matic smashed the record books for virus detection in the latest virus bulletin RAP test. PC-Matic security is the best and all you'll ever need. PC-Matic optimizes your computer's performance and extends its useful life. PC-Matic scheduled maintenance is all you'll ever need. PC-Matic costs $150 for 5 computers for the rest of your life. All updates included and no annual renewals for one low price. You'll never need to purchase another security or PC maintenance product ever. PC-Matic is made and supported right here in the USA. Take it from me, Randy White, a PC user. PC-Matic is all you'll ever need.
They told the house they would take better care of her. Always.
Protect what matters. Get flood insurance.
Ride on the most treacherous highway in the world to experience the high risk of heavy rescue. Highway Through Hell, Sundays at 10 on the Weather Channel.
I'm Weather Channel meteorologist here in Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania. Winter Storm Damon, the fringe effects here. We had some sleet and freezing rain yesterday morning, some rain, and then last night around 6, the snow started to come down. Take a look. This is about 8:30, 9 o'clock. I shot this. I came up from the Delaware Water Gap. You come up here, you go up in elevation, just under 2,000 feet here at Mount Pocono. Temperature went down from 37 to 34. This is a wet snow. All night long, it was snowing and blowing. And then 4 or 5 o'clock this morning, we finally got down to freezing. Right now we're at 30 degrees and the wind chill is a crisp winds out here, 25, 30, even 35 miles an hour at times. And there's still some flakes of snow wrapping in around the big upper low. So most of the snow is up in New York State where Jim is. That's going to rotate down I-90. Here we're going to get the fringe. Meanwhile, the plow operators are out. In fact, we talked to Jay Briegel earlier this morning about how last winter was a real boondoggle for them.
It was really tough to predict, like, you know, how much we were supposed to get back and forth with rain and snow and sleet. But, you know, we ended up getting something, and they're predicting, I guess, a little bit more this afternoon, so we'll have to stay on top of our accounts.
Well, he did tell me last year that was their best year ever financially in 20 years of plowing snow up here in the Poconos. A lot of snow, and Jen, the biggest complaint was the fact that it was so cold trying to get it off the parking lots. The salt didn't even work. Now with more on where it's snowing hard, as I mentioned, central New York State, Syracuse. Let's go back to Jen and Carl.
All right, Weather Channel meteorologist Mike Seidel, thank you for that. And Mike really had an amazing scene last night. We just saw his video of that snow flying around. That's how it looks, if not even worse right now in places like Syracuse.
Yeah, we're getting snowfall rates of 2 inches per hour on the high end there, and it's going to be going on for a long time. So we're talking about additionally a pretty large area of 8 inches on top of the foot that we've seen already. So a very healthy snowstorm across a lot of New York State. And
it's a very heavy wet snow. This is the kind that is backbreaking to shovel. You really need to pace it if you are doing shoveling out here.
Absolutely. And then we're going to get this huge system across the west.
Yeah, so let's flip it over to the west and talk about what's going on here. Because, Carl, snow snow is going to be piling up at elevation for sure in the mountains, but there's just so much moisture and energy coming into the west.
There's a tremendous amount of energy coming into the west, and so one of the ways that we look at that is by looking at the upper level winds in the jet stream, and these are the winds that are over 140 miles per hour at about 30,000 feet. There's a core in there of 180 to 200 miles per hour, and so that's directly representative of how strong this storm is going to be when it comes in. Now, let's talk about what's happening now, and we are getting some wet weather across the northwest, certainly so in western Washington state. A lot of rain now coming into the sound there and across the Olympic Peninsula.
And I saw some gusty winds too. Winds were gusting over 30, 40 miles per hour this morning already up around Oak Harbor.
Right, and along the Oregon coast there. So this is the model going through this afternoon and into tomorrow morning. And we're going to watch this area of rain, very linear area of rain right along the front, slowly come down across Northern California. Now, I want you to notice the brighter areas right here, the yellow, that's indicating convective storms. So we're talking about a wind potential with that. And remember that a lot of the trees out there in California are drought stressed, which means that they'll go over more easily. And we're going to get very strong winds in these storms, most likely, and then really, really heavy rain that's going to go on right through the day tomorrow. So right through the afternoon, and then we'll watch some of the heavier stuff come down towards Point Conception there in Santa Barbara into a late Thursday and early Friday.
And then look what happens here. The snow levels start dropping and we start to get the snow.
Absolutely right. Now, talking about the wind, this is looking at the wind at about a mile up in the atmosphere. And so there are a couple of things that are going to happen here. In general, that momentum is going to be transferred down to the ground. So it's going to be very windy in general across California.
It'll be a south wind, so you know what direction it's. That'll be a crosswind along the 5.
Exactly. But where we get these stronger storms, they're going to be able to tap into the even stronger wind aloft and bring that down. So where we get storms, that's where there really could be damaging wind across central parts of California. And so that'll pivot down, that'll move slowly down through California, and there's a look at the advisories in effect.
Widespread, very strong winds in California. We'll have more on this throughout the morning. Our Chris Warren rejoins us live from San Francisco, coming up next for the storm that we are seeing develop as we speak. Plus ahead, we'll show you what's in store for Winter Storm Damon in places like Syracuse right here. We're back in 60 seconds.
Currently in our area, 62 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunny, high 66. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear, low 45. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, except for a few afternoon clouds, mainly sunny, high 70. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
It's bad news for both coasts today. Winter Storm Damon leaving a wintry mess behind in the Northeast. We're timing out the freezing rain, sleet, and snow from our latest winter storm. But waking up on the West Coast, it's a different story.
Jen, here on the West Coast, I'm in San Francisco. There is going to be some amazing amounts of rain leading to a flood threat, and the winds are going to be howling with widespread power outages expected. We have both coasts covered right now on Weather Center Live.
Today, I'm Jen Carfagna with the Weather Channel studio in Atlanta.
And I'm meteorologist Chris Warren in San Francisco reporting live.
All right, Chris, we got a lot going on today. Supercharged atmosphere on both coasts. The Northeast getting dumped on with snow. The West, you're about to see a storm like you haven't seen in years there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And right now we're seeing the waves crashing up here, and we're in a protected area. We're on the bay side of the Golden Gate Bridge, but on the other side, you go out past the marine headlands. That's where those high hills are right there. And if you were standing up on top of those hills and you would look out to the south, or if you looked out to the west, you would see the Pacific Ocean. And that is where the monster storm is going to come from. We're going to see the rain developing. It's already happening in Washington State. Then it's going to go into Oregon, bring some very strong winds to the coast, high surf, nothing compared. This is nothing compared to what we're going to see on the Oregon coast, California coast, and Washington coast. And then throughout the day, it's that heavy rain that's going to move in. And in Northern California, when that rain gets going, it's going to be hanging around for a while. And because of that, because the rain is going to be so heavy for so long in a given location, the flood threat increases. Landslides are possible in Washington State, down into Oregon. In California, it's the rocks and the mud that can go across the roads. So many burn areas are vulnerable to the threat of landslides, mud flows, debris flows. And then you go beyond. There's Alcatraz right there. Beyond Alcatraz, you drive a few hours into the mountains. You get up to Donner Pass. That's Interstate 80. And that's above 7,000 feet. Blizzard warning in effect. Very heavy rain or heavy snow expected in the mountains, while there's very heavy rain right here. And it's not just going to be a wind event, which happens a lot on the West Coast. You get these amazing winds that are at the headlands, that are at the taller mountains, but it's going to be windy here in San Francisco and a lot of the big cities on the West Coast. Jen and Carl, back to you.
All right, Chris, thank you for that. We want to talk more about what's happening for us in the Northeast, another storm, which is a big deal right now, Winter Storm Damon, dumping snow. And Carl, we've been watching the live reports from Jim Cantore in Syracuse, and this snow is really coming down at more than an inch an hour. Yeah, it's a very heavy snowfall. And what's interesting is that the system is not moving really at all, and it's not going to move very much. It's cut off from the main flow of the jet stream. The jet stream is way up in northern Canada right now, so this thing is sort of adrift, just slowly moving along and towards the east, and that's why we've got this persistence in the snowfall. Now there is the current radar picture, and we're seeing the heaviest of snow now right along 81 in western parts of New York State. Temperatures are certainly cold enough to support snow, but not terribly cold, so it's a heavy wet snow that's coming down. In south and east of Syracuse, we've had as much as a foot of snow already. Heaviest snow now right along 90. So here's the upper level flow. There's the jet stream up through Canada. Here is the cut-off flow that is separated from that jet stream, so there's nothing to push it along. That's why it's going to continue to be in place during the day tomorrow, and then even into Friday. It will be weakening a little bit, but still there. And then here is the high-resolution model showing you more snow right through tonight than even into tomorrow. It does thin out a little bit, but we've still got snow in place, and that's going to mean additionally talking about several inches of snow in areas where we've already had as much as a foot. Well, we can get a look at what's happening right now and watch the snow come down. Our Jim Cantore is in Syracuse this morning. Jim, the snow is piling up. How much are you up to now?
Yeah, I think we had about 10 inches, to be honest with you, Jen. I mean, I'm trying to get an area where nobody stepped yet. That's probably about right here. You know, we got about 10, 12 inches here downtown. There's probably more than that. I'd have to take a few measurements here, but you can see what's happened in the last hour or two. We're at 1 to 2 inches an hour. We're sitting at this. We had major problems on 481 and also Interstate 81 as well. Many, many miles south of here toward Binghamton on 81 southbound are closed right now. 481 has just released their closure, so cars can get back on the road. But I'll tell you, you know, a lot of the things that happen that are interesting to me or when I do live shots happen between the half hours that I'm on the air. So I got to show you this. These folks drove up to us in a convertible Beetle. And we had to talk to them. We had to talk to them and ask them what they were doing. So in their own words. This is taking it to a whole new level right here. This is taking it to a whole new level right here, guys. This was your idea. This was your idea?
No, it was his, but I'll take responsibility.
How much is accumulated in the car since you took the top down?
I don't know. It's all melting on me. No. We just came from the landmark, so not too much. It's not bad. We just have to get back to Mattydale.
So what kind of looks are you getting as you...
Very funny. They're very comical.
All right, we were sitting at the light. Well, you guys are going to make national television with this move. I just want you to know that.
Oh, that's great.
That was
one, Monica.
How are the roads, though?
Oh, they're bad. They're bad. They're keeping up with it, but they're bad. They're really bad. At
least you get a first-hand view of what they look like, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. All right, guys, that's the fun part of it. The serious part is that the snow continues to pile up. Make sure you do the fire department a nice favor. If you live near a fire hydrant, or if you have some elderly folks that live near the fire hydrant, make sure you shovel around it, because it is very, very important, obviously, that if there is a fire, they are allowed to get to it. So in addition to your driveway, a little civic responsibility here of just getting the fire hydrant cleared, and make sure the fire department, should they have to use it, God forbid, they are able to do that. Doesn't take very long. The snow is pretty light. We are 12 inches and counting here, possibly doubling that before all is said and done. And Carl just showed the radar. That second moisture load is coming in. We can start to see the precipitation breaking out all across New England now, Jen. That's just going to wrap all the way around here. So we're into this tonight, tomorrow, and even into early Friday. The Q's under the snow gun as we speak. Back to you.
All right, Cantori, looking great out there. We'll have more from him coming up this morning. But also, our Chris Warren is live in San Francisco with an update there.
And Jen, we're seeing rain right now moving into Washington State, which is 2 states to the north. People commuting in from the North Bay into the city. Their commute tomorrow morning, much, much different.
Here's a great gift idea for the whole family. Now with Walmart credit card special financing.
In a world filled with ultra-high definition picture, the Vizio 4K Ultra HD TV will rise.
It works great with Vizio's 2.1 sound stand.
Where room-filling theater sound and ultra-high def collide.
You know what? You can stop with the over-dramatic movie trailer voice now.
And this time, it's personal.
And now get special financing when you use your Walmart credit card. More ways to Christmas joy. Walmart.
Mega Red is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in Mega Red are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with Mega Red.
How to fix plumber's butt. Step 1, identify the problem. Step 2, carefully remove shirt. Step 3, put on a Duluth long-tail tee. Step 4, double-check your work. The Duluth long-tail tee, 3 inches longer to keep you covered. Get one, only at DuluthTrading.com.
We are but a small part in something far greater, essential to this mission, essential to humanity.
Ascension is a lifeboat for humanity.
Ascension, a 3-night event, premieres this Monday at 9 on Sci-Fi.
Currently in our area, 62 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, plentiful sunshine, high 65. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mainly clear skies, low 45. Winds light and variable. Thursday, plentiful sunshine, high 69. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The Weather Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries.
Nobody was flying the plane.
Why planes crash. Mondays at 9, here on the Weather Channel.
I got one shot. Let's go twins right, 24 stretch.
24 stretch, all diamond.
Twins right, 24 stretch. All diamonds on 280.
When the game's on the line,
Hit them with a hard count. See if they'll tip their hand.
the NFL trusts Duracell Quantum to power their game day communication.
They're blitzing up the gut. Get out of the pocket.
Duracell Quantum lasts up to 35% longer than the competition.
I am never getting married.
Never.
Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring. Thank you. We're never having kids.
I love it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
And welcome back to the Weather Channel. I'm Jen Carfagno in studio in Atlanta.
And I'm meteorologist Chris Warren in San Francisco right now on the West Coast. Rain moving into Washington State, but eventually right here where it is calm right now. We can see Alcatraz in the distance, an island, small island, former prison there in the middle of San Francisco Bay. The clouds are starting to lift a little bit. There's been some big waves every once in a while coming in here, but usually don't get real big waves here. We're protected from the Pacific Ocean where the biggest of waves are going to be. And there are going to be some very big changes coming soon. I mean, it's nice to kind of walk along the beach a little bit. People are out walking around with their dogs. They're going for a run. But eventually, we're going to look to the north here for the rain as it comes down. It's already in Washington. Next, it's Oregon, then Northern California. And flood alerts ahead of this because of the very heavy rain. Expecting to see flooding, which could lead to landslides in Washington State, debris flows, so some rocks and mud going across the roads here in California. Oregon also susceptible to similar situations in both California and in Washington, and it's going to be a lot of rain. So let's go ahead right now and show you what we're expecting. The areas where there's going to be flooding, they're expecting flooding, and then think about it too, the saturated ground, the very strong winds likely to bring down trees and create power outages. And the timing for this, today, we're going to see that rain eventually get down almost to where I am. See San Francisco there, that S, that's just pretty much right where I'm at right now. But overnight tonight into tomorrow, that rain does get down into the Bay Area, but notice Northern California is still in the heavy rain. So heavy rain today for Northern California, heavy rain tomorrow for Northern California, and then the mountain snow is also going to be a very big factor. A blizzard warning is a possibility, and with several inches of rain a possibility here, flooding a concern, both small streams, underpasses, some of the small creeks as well. Flooding could be certainly an issue with this. We're looking at, in some cases, 5 to 8 inches of rain. And where we are right here, and this is, things vary extremely here. They have microclimates in California. Well, one hill over there could have a couple of inches. There may be a few miles away, a half an inch. So this is an event where it's going to be a lot of rain for a lot of people. And on top of that, there's going to be a lot of wind as well. So there are multiple threats with this big storm, Jen, and it's something that the National Weather Service has been saying, something we haven't seen in years.
You know, Chris, we just picked up great rain last week when he put it in perspective from the drought. And, you know, we look at California in particular. Let's hone in on the San Francisco area. So far this month and from the storm last week, we picked up 3.8 inches of rain, or 3.81. That's great. And our rain gauge is filling up. We need in the area, in the Bay Area, we need anywhere from 6 to 8 plus inches of rain to break the drought. So we still have a ways to go. We are going to get some good rain when it comes to the drought perspective out of this storm. Another place to look at is Santa Rosa. You know, we filled up our rain gauge last week with more than 2.8 inches of rainfall. But when you factor in what we need, we still have a ways to go. We are 10 inches below our annual average. So again, still needed rain. We're going to get another couple of inches out of it. It will bring some problems, yes, with the risk for flooding and of course the risk for mudslides or debris slides. However, when it comes to the drought, this is great news that we will get some rain in the gauges, in the reservoirs, and we'll get some snowpack out of this storm, even at lower elevations than last week, because there will be some colder snow, some colder air coming on in. All right, let's take you out to our East Coast storm. In Damon, we've got a live look right here at Interstate 81 near Syracuse, where traffic is still stopped. The snow is still falling heavily. An update on this coming up next.
If you're driving and you can't see clearly for 1 second at 60 miles per hour, you can't see clearly for 88 feet. And a lot can happen in 88 feet. That's why Bosch created the new Icon with ClearMax 365. It's a rubber technology for longer lasting performance, not found on any other wiper blade. Because like you, Bosch cares about what's ahead.
Your heart is precious.
One of many ways to support its health is new True Heart from One A Day. It's the only heart health supplement with ingredients to both help lower bad cholesterol and support healthy blood pressure, and also includes CoQ10. Try new True Heart.
Mega Red is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in Mega Red are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with Mega Red.
The clock is ticking, so let's grab the list and go to town. You don't need a lot of this to make someone feel like that, especially if you give them one of these. Holiday to-dos? Let's get them done today at the one place that can help us bring it all home. That's How to Holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Right now, save $50 on this Husky Mechanics tool set. Guaranteed forever.
Sunday.
Buried treasure, here we come.
There's new miners on the mountain.
We're about to be digging on top of the world.
But will their big gamble?
They call it Dead Man's Curve.
My heart is...
At City Furniture, we carry all the best names in mattresses and stand behind them with a 120-night comfort guarantee. Like a Kevin Charles Resort Queen mattress set, just $499. A Serta Queen mattress, just $279. Plus, enjoy same-day delivery and no interest for 18 months. See for yourself in the showroom or at cityfurniture.com.
What is a vacation? A slice of time, a peace of mind, a break, an escape, that need you want. It's the place you dream of. It's paradise. It's romance. It's choices. All included, all unlimited. Forget what you left behind. Live the now.